$40 billion vanished in about a week, not lost in a bad bet, not stolen in a single heist, erased as if the money had never been there at all. The thing that erased it was supposed to be the safest object in all of crypto, a stablecoin, a digital dollar, a token engineered to be worth exactly $1, forever, no matter what. People parked their savings in it precisely because it was boring. That was the whole point. TerraUSD held no dollars. It was backed by nothing but software and a promise, and the promise had already broken once, quietly, a full year before the world found out. What follows is how a coin that could not break, broke anyway. The 20% bribe that pulled the money in. The secret rescue sold as a miracle. The single week the machine ate itself. And the man who tweeted, "Steady lads," while $40 billion burned. Start with what a stablecoin is supposed to be. Most of them do it the simple way. For every coin in circulation, a real dollar sits in a real bank. You want your dollar back, they hand it to you. Boring. Safe. TerraUSD did none of that. It held no reserves at all. It was called an algorithmic stablecoin, and its dollar was guaranteed not by cash, but by math. The pitch was that code could do the job of a bank. For a while, tens of billions of dollars believed it. Here was the machine. UST had a sister token called Luna. The rule never changed. You could always burn $1 of Luna to create 1 UST. And you could always burn 1 UST to create $1 of Luna. So if UST ever slipped below $1, traders could scoop it up cheap, burn it for a full dollar of Luna, and pocket the difference. That buying pressure would push UST back to $1. It was elegant. It worked beautifully, as long as Luna held its value and everyone stayed calm. It had no answer for the moment both of those things stopped being true at once. So why did anyone put money in at all? One reason: a service called Anchor Protocol paid depositors about 19.5% interest on their UST, not 1%, not 5%, nearly 20%, at a time when a bank paid you almost nothing. It was marketed as crypto's savings account, but Anchor lent that money out at far less than it paid you. It lost money on nearly every dollar. By April 2022, it was bleeding roughly $6 million a day, kept alive by subsidy. 3/4 of all the UST in existence sat inside Anchor, chasing that rate. The coin wasn't stable because the math was sound. It was stable because a 20% yield pulled new money in faster than old money could leave. Now, the part they buried. In May 2021, a full year before the collapse, UST already lost its dollar peg. Kwon, Terra's founder, told the world the algorithm had worked, that the system had healed itself, automatically, exactly as designed. It hadn't. Behind the scenes, Terraform Labs had arranged for a trading firm, Jump Trading, to quietly buy enormous amounts of UST and shove the price back to $1 by hand. Investors were never told a human had rescued the self-healing coin, and Jump was paid for the favor, allowed to buy Luna at around 40 cents, while it traded near $90 in the open market. That lie, that the algorithm fixed itself, became the heart of the criminal fraud case years later. Then came the week it all came apart. Early May 2022. Large amounts of UST were pulled out of Anchor at once. Heavy selling knocked the coin off its dollar peg again. This time, there was no secret rescue that held. And here, the machine did exactly what it was built to do. As UST fell, people rushed to burn it, minting fresh Luna to escape. Billions of new Luna poured into existence to absorb the panic. The supply exploded, from around 350 million tokens into the trillions. The price collapsed, from roughly $80 to a fraction of a cent. UST, the stablecoin, fell towards zero. In about a week, $40 to $45 billion in value simply ceased to exist. As it happened, Kwon tweeted, "Deploying more capital, steady lads." Terra did not burn alone. A crypto hedge fund called 3 Arrows Capital, managing around $10 billion, was buried in Luna. When Terra died, 3 Arrows couldn't meet its margin calls and imploded, and because it had borrowed from nearly everyone, it dragged down the lenders it owed, Celsius, Voyager, one after another. The whole crypto market shed roughly half its value in the weeks that followed. Terra was the first domino. The same wave of failures it started would, months later, help drag Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX into the light, which leaves the man. Kwon, a Stanford computer science graduate who ran Terraform from Singapore, had spent years taunting his critics. 95% of these coins will die, he once wrote, but there's beauty in their deaths. After the collapse, he disappeared. In March 2023, he was arrested at the airport in Podgorica, Montenegro, trying to board a flight to Dubai on a fake Costa Rican passport. A long extradition fight followed, the United States and South Korea both wanting him. He was flown to New York on the last day of 2024. He pleaded guilty in August 2025. On December 11, 2025, a federal judge sentenced him to 15 years in prison, 3 years more than prosecutors had even asked for, and he agreed to forfeit more than $19 million. In South Korea, prosecutors are seeking up to 40 years more, $40 billion, gone in about a week from a coin sold as the safe place to keep your money. The lie was never really the code. The code did exactly what it was written to do. When people burned UST, it minted Luna on and on into the trillions, right down to nothing. A machine following instructions to its own death. The lie was the story told over it, that the algorithm healed itself when a trading firm had done it by hand. That the 20% was a miracle of finance when it was a subsidy bleeding $6 million a day. That a dollar backed by nothing was a dollar at all. The people who got hurt weren't the traders who understood the machine. They were the ones who read the word stable and believed it meant what it says. Savings, retirements, deposits people thought could not fall because they were told the math would not allow it. The coin that could not break broke everything around it, and it broke the man who built it too. And yeah, that's real.